The season 2 finale of Perfect Match was a mess. Just a total mess. Pretty much every person that has watched the finale has been disappointed, and for good reason, because it shows some glaring issues with the show. So what I'm about to do in this video is give my thoughts on each couple, but then also I want to talk about the way the show is constructed and what they need to do to fix it so that season 3 is good. Because there's some stuff from behind the scenes that the cast was talking about that definitely has to change, or this show is just not going to last very long. So let's get into this. What's up, everybody? My name's BobbyFoster, and if you like reviews, insights, and recommendations, go ahead and hit that subscribe so you can watch other videos like this. And as you're watching this video, if you're loving it, go ahead and hit that like button as well. But we're just going to jump straight into this. So look, let's start off with the big elephant in the room, which is the fact that Christine and Nigel won the finale, and they got introduced as a couple in the finale. Now, how did this come to be? Well, Melinda went on live and was talking about how I guess the original girls that were in the house at the very beginning made a pact to like not let anybody new on the show.
They formed a pact in the house and literally said like, we girls are going to stick together and we're not letting anyone new in.
And so at the very end, there was like this petty vote of like, okay, y'all want to start a pact? Well, we're going to start a pact too. And so they all voted for Nigel and Christine because they were new people that got into the house. So first of all, obviously, like that can't happen. It ruins the whole concept of the show. Now, granted, I know this is reality TV and a lot of it, you know, is not real, right? We know that. But this leads to the biggest problem yet. The most entertaining part of all this to me is I feel like, do they not have the contestants sign NDAs? Because they are talking right now. And like, whether that's Love is Blind too, like they're always talking while the show is airing and we get all this behind the scenes mess. And like, honestly, the behind the scenes mess is starting to become more entertaining than the show itself. And they have to deal with that. I feel like a lot of the credibility of these shows is getting ruined. And I think one of the biggest ways to fix that is you have to make the show itself more dramatic instead of leaning on the cast to try and be dramatic. Right? That just shows me that the structure of the show isn't dramatic enough. Like Harry did a podcast saying that at one point the producers like interrupted the cast and they were like, hey, like we need some drama. Like we don't have a show if we don't have drama. So they were trying to start something. And it's like, I feel like if the structure of the show was good enough, you wouldn't need to create this extra drama to get people engaged in the show. So that would be my first solution. Like just change the structure. You need like higher stakes. You need things that are just like more messy, more contentious, all of that built into the show. Let's kind of start talking about these couples. Let's start off with Kaz and Micah. Just absolutely no. Okay? I was on the fence about them as the season was going on, but what did it for me was just like towards the end when Kaz hooked up with Christine and it didn't work out, and then he went right back to Micah, obviously because he just wanted to stay on the show. Obviously, like it was like, come on now. And also, I think I'm not even gonna put all the blame on Kaz. I also think that Micah just matched up with him that last night just to stay on the show too, because there's no way she like ran back and took him back that quick. There's just no way. Just no, that whole relationship was a mess. Like, I'll say it ended up a mess. Then let's go to Alara and Stevan. I was iffy about them from the jump. Part of me does feel like they actually had some feelings towards each other, but I just don't know if I could trust Stevan. I feel like with him and Harry being friends, that's a red flag to me, like, as far as being playboys. And I just didn't buy that Stevan actually liked her like that. I just never did. However, Alara definitely I feel like she seemed like she was 100% into him. But this leads to a larger point. Now that I've talked about Kaz and Stevan, it leads to the larger point of like all the guys on the show this season were just like trash. Just trash. Everybody except Izzy. Everybody else was just trash, man. Like y'all gotta scout better. And like I said, like I know y'all are doing it for the drama and everything like that, but you gotta find a better balance of like putting messy people on the show that are going to give you that drama, and then people that actually want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Once again, like Harry on his podcast came out and he was like, he said he only signed up for it for the check. All right. So all that stuff he was talking about, like wanting a date to marry, and it was all just narrative for the show. Tolu and Chris, I actually thought they could have had something, right? But as soon as Chris had that conversation with Xanthi, come on, man. Come on. Tolu was the truth, though. She was fire. once again, trash dude. But I was giving Chris the side eye the whole time after he said that to Santi, because then he lied a little bit when he was talking to Tolu about what happened. And after that, I was not rooting for them to win at all. Honestly, I feel like by the end, I wasn't rooting for anybody to win, actually. By like when the voting thing happened, I was just like, all right, like let's get this show over with. I don't think any of these people actually want to be together. Especially moving to the next couple, Elys and Bryton. First of all, Bryton gotta be the worst. I know these are real people, but I'm just going to say the word character because it's a show. Gotta be the worst character on any of, like, Too Hot to Handle, Love is Blind, Perfect Match. Gotta be the worst character on all of those shows put together, right? And also, for y'all that don't know, Dominique came out and was talking about how he actually even got a good edit. And there was, like, stuff he was saying to her that was just really messed up. Like, he's like that, like a super alpha type guy who's like, men can't wear this color and we're not supposed to cry and all this kind of stuff. And like, it was messed up. And I guess all that was off of the show. And like, yeah, so Elys was also plotting on Micah the whole season. They were both villains that teamed up at the end. And I think they both know they were villains and just teamed up at the end. Didn't like this couple at all. I was mad they were still on the show at the very end, for real. Like, get out of here. I don't want to see Bryton and Elys again on any of these shows. Please, no. I mean, the reunion, it'll be fun for the mess. But like, nah, after that, just disappear off of Netflix. Now we're going to be talking about Izzy, Jessica, and Harry, because on the finale it was like, you know. Anywho, now why would they match Izzy up with Jessica right after that nonsense Harry did? I mean, that was doomed from the beginning. I don't even know why they did that. I mean, maybe they were just trying to be nice to Jessica, but that was just, once again, something just super unbelievable. Izzy was just like in these friendship relationships this whole time. And like when he got matched up with Jessica, I was like, oh, here we go again. Like he's with someone that don't really want to be with him. I felt bad for Izzy, man. But this whole Jessica and Harry situation with how the show ended and it showed how Harry was lying and everything with Melinda actually happened. Man, I want to know Jessica's reaction to that in real time as she was watching the show, because that was crazy. I think that just shows how much Harry lies and gaslights and all this kind of stuff, and he's only there for the reality TV aspect of it, and he doesn't really care what he says as long as he's on these shows. But that was wild. Like, while it was happening, I believed Melinda, but at the same time, I'm like, maybe they're both kind of like not telling the truth, because obviously a lot of this is on camera and it's going to come out at some point. So why would Harry be like 100% lying about everything? Like, it's on camera. Like, who would do that? But I just don't think he cares. Like, obviously, like, I think he just wants to be on TV and he's willing to do whatever he has to do to be messy and be a reality TV star and all that kind of stuff. But that's just what I can't even comprehend that. I can't think like that. It's weird. And now for the infamous couple, Nigel and Christine. I mean, so Nigel came out too and said that they cut a lot of their moments together, because I guess even though they linked up at the end, they did win a compatibility challenge that wasn't shown, and they went on a date and that wasn't shown, and they actually were building a connection really fast. I don't know why they wouldn't have shown any of that, especially because they gave like an extended finale that was like an hour and 45 minutes. So I don't know why they would cut that out. Also, they cut out Dominique and Bryton matched up in the house and they just didn't show it at all, which that's crazy. But yeah, the fact that a couple one that was introduced in the finale is insane to me. Just, I get like I said, I know it happened because of that pact, and for the contestants it doesn't really seem that crazy because it's reality TV, but like as a viewer, it definitely comes off like it's cheap. Like, why did I watch all of these episodes when just the couple that got introduced in the last episode is who won? Like, we're building all these connections with all these other people we're watching on the show, and it just didn't matter. So like, they have to find a way. Talking about things they got to do better, I think they need to not have new couples in the finale, and maybe even the episode before the finale, because it comes across as like, okay, like you have, like, for example, a lot of people did want Stevan and Alara to win, and it's like they're together like this whole time, so it feels unrealistic that a couple that's created like an episode before the finale or in the finale should win. Like, that just doesn't make any sense as a viewer. So yeah, they gotta somehow make it so that new couples aren't formed for at least an episode or something, so that the payoff actually works in the finale. The most glaring issue of Perfect Perfect Match season 2 is that it's just losing its credibility and its trustworthiness of like from, you know, an audience member, as an audience, us, like we're losing trust in the show because of all this stuff that's coming out about how it actually happened like this and it actually happened like that. Like all that needs to stay under wraps for the show to have any sense of believability, right? So I think either the producers, whoever making the show, got to make sure none of the contestants talk, or they have to do a better job of, you know, being more truthful in their editing, you know, actually putting the important stuff in the show. Like I said, making the drama more in the show structurally so that the people in the show don't have to like make up drama. All those things that they can do. Listen, I'm gonna be tuned in for season 3 just because, I mean, it's a fun, dramatic, easy watch, right? It's just something to put on. But if I'm gonna be as invested in a show like this, like I was for like Love is Blind, like season 1 and season 2, stuff like that, they gotta do something to make it more believable, man. They got to do something. It's just, it's not hitting the same anymore. But yeah, y'all, what did you think about the finale, and what do you think they can do to fix the clear issues that are in this show? If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe as well if you want to see more reviews, recommendations, and insights. And until next time, I'll see you.